How's it going, guys? Randall aka Shizukatz here, back with another episode of TD++, a series where we help you get the most mileage out of just a single TD+, and get your foot into the set on a budget. I'm taking over for Simu this time, who put together the decks and upgrade steps for this video, and I'll just be relaying the information to you guys on his behalf. This time we have a blast from the past with Saekano Set 1, originally released in 2018 in the Japanese version of the game. As we're about to move into the year 2023, this set release is well past its prime, but let's see what we can do with it. As expected of a 2018 Trial Deck Plus, the profiles and power level of this TD are solidly behind the curve relative to Trial Decks released much more recently. Even back in 2018, this Trial Deck was behind the power curve of the Trial Decks released around the same time. There are sadly no real chase cards in this product from a playability standpoint, and there aren't very many cards that make it into popular meta builds of Saekano, so there's not much reason to purchase this outside of collection purposes. That being said, it's far from unplayable and we'll still be able to polish it up into a reasonable budget deck with some fun gimmicks. As always, we'll be taking this deck through a series of upgrades that will incrementally add new cards and strategies and showcase how to improve the TD Plus step by step. Usually we want to keep as many of the trial deck cards in as possible, but there's simply not very many good ones, so we'll be adding in a lot of lower rarity cards from the booster set right away. In particular, we'll be introducing a level 0 climax combo with Mysterious Intimidation Megumi. This combo can add a game character from up to the top 4 cards of your deck when she attacks, which provides you with both card advantage and mill. It also turns off events for our opponent until the end of their next turn. Against most decks, this will either do nothing at all or be a mild inconvenience, but against decks like Danmachi, which is reliant on playing several events per turn just to function, this can cripple their entire strategy. We also add 2 copies of Image Change Megumi, a great utility card that allows us to grab anything from the top 3 cards of our deck, including climaxes. Since our climax combos in this deck are both going to be accessible from a very early point in the game, being a level 0 and level 1 combo, this Megumi level 0 can help us grab those climaxes to keep up the pressure turn after turn. The rest of our level 0 game comes from the trial deck, relying on the high power of Cold Stare Utaha to break through our opponent's level 0s. At level 1, we keep the trial deck climax combo, which is fine, especially by Saekano Set 1 standards, where there aren't very many great level 1 combos besides this. When she reverses, we can draw 2, discard 1, which doesn't give us amazing selectivity, but does give us greater access to climaxes to continue pressuring our opponent and using more climax combos on future turns. Alongside our combo, we play 4 copies of arguably the best level 1 in Saekano's first set, Victory Through Persistence Utaha. A level 1 bomb that can also reduce power on our opponent's board is excellent against a lot of standby matchups and synergizes well with our on reverse level 1 combo. We also run 2 copies of Anger Voltage Eriri, a pretty funny card that can take advantage of our Utaha bombs and send them to stock after they've used their effects and gotten a reverse. We supplement the level 2 game of the trial deck with Advice from a Senpai Utaha and Vulgar Incitement Utaha in order to deal with over-level threats. At level 3, we're maxing out on the TD Utaha healer as our only budget healer option. If you happen to have any of the R Kato early play healers, you can replace any number of the Utahas with them. Since the TD has no finisher, and the only level 3s in Saekano Set 1 are Rs, we did have to dip into the R rarity a little bit for this profile. We'll be running 3 copies of Pride of Creators Utaha as our finisher of choice, who can restand upon reversing an opponent's character. She notably does not need a climax combo for her finisher ability, which allows us to run double advantage combos instead at levels 0 and 1. Additionally, her restand cost is cheap and efficient, making it easy to get 2 of her off in most games, and sometimes even seeing all 3. Early game, we want to keep our level 0s and any climax we see. Since both climax combos are live from an early point in the game, we want to constantly play climaxes throughout the entire game to build resources and push damage. Cold Stare Utaha is great going first, and going second we can pair her with a Megumi combo to get 2 attacks as well as add a new option into our hand. Try not to commit the Megumi Brainstorm too early, cause you'll accidentally turn off Utaha's field condition for power, since she requires having 1 or less other characters. However, the hand encore given by the Brainstorm to your front row center slot can be quite helpful in encoring your climax combo characters to reuse them on following turns. Once you get into the mid game, you'll want to put your Brainstorms to work to replenish your hand size and make sure you always have cards to work with. At level 1, use the Utaha Bomb to weaken the opponent's board for Megumi combo to get easy reverses, and use Eriri to send Utaha to stock whenever it's convenient. The deck continues to play climaxes and use climax combos throughout level 2. At level 3, determine whether or not it's better to heal and play defensively with Utaha healers, or try to go for lethal with double or even triple Utaha restands. In order to successfully resolve 2 Utahas, You only need a measly 4 stock to play them in the first place, which is extremely easy to accomplish. Our second and final step in our TD upgrade path is to add a new color, yellow. Yellow offers a better brainstorm, some key cards at level 0, and a pretty fun payoff at level 2 for our rushdown strategy. The Morning of the Battle Izumi can summon a cost 0 game character from the deck on play, which can help us grab the Megumi level 0 combo, or the Megumi level 1 combo if we're level 1 or higher. Blessing Software Eriri replaces the trial deck Brainstorm as a better option with better utility and selectivity. Since we need to rest 2 characters, there's no reason to have 2 Brainstorms in the back row, so our other back row slot can be what separates the 2 Eriri, which buffs our level 0 characters and punishes our opponent if they choose to salvage during the attack phase. And since this deck is never going to do that, this penalty is strictly one-sided. The final change in the deck is adding 2 copies of Prince of Otaku Tomoya at level 2. While we don't run the Bond target Eriri for this card, all we care about is the first effect, which gives game characters in front of him plus 500 power and plus 1 soul. The extra soul allows our level 0 and 1 characters to swing for big damage and play aggressively even without climaxes in our hand, and makes up for the fact that we don't have any good budget early play options to utilize in our level 2 game. The game plan is pretty much the same as before, but we really want to land Tomoya as soon as we hit level 2 for the extra damage output. The extra soul can also contribute to some strategic attacking options at level 3 with the Utaha restander. By placing her in front of Tomoya, we can swing for 3 and potentially open up side attack options that weren't available before. Or, if we attack with Utaha with a climax, she can front attack for 4 and then open up more siding opportunities later. We won't be doing a meta deck profile for Saekano set 1, but if you want to try another spin on this deck with more cards from the booster set, then we suggest adding blue for Icy Tail Michiru as the best finishing combo of the set. The Pants Climax also synergizes well with looping whichever lower level advantage combo you choose to play. And Icy Tail Michiru also enables a ton of powerful Icy Tail resonance strategies with the other band members Ranko, Tokino, and Echika. That's it for this episode of TD++. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more English Weiss Schwarz content, and until next time, this has been Randall aka Shizukatz on the Tressa's Collectibles channel. Thanks for watching everyone, see ya!